I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me.
Welcome back, riders. We got another run, kind of like yesterday today. We just got some wall panels that we're taking back up to Indy. And since my truck's down, we're driving old blue, old 10-speed automatic, or manual. This thing's got nothing but sheer straight power. I was red. So how's everybody doing today? You having a pretty good day? I know so far this isn't too bad, but if you aren't having a good day, I hope all gets well by the end. Ooh, what the fuck? We had some pretty decent rain and thunderstorms last night, which I don't mind the rain. And then I was looking at the weather. The later this week we're supposed to start getting snow again. I was like, are you kidding me? Like this weather needs to make up its mind. There was one day that it got up to like 71 degrees. It was all nice and warm. Then it cooled back down. We get a little bit of rain, and now we're getting ready to get some snow again. Like, come on. How many people either drive like truck drivers or just regular drivers? Whenever you're going on like a road trip or something, do you always set your cruise control, or do you like to keep trying to stay on the gas to maintain your speed? Because me personally, if I'm doing like a road trip, I'll I'll set my cruise once I'm starting to get on like long stretches of highway. Um, Now, when I'm like driving truck and stuff, most of the time I usually try to stay on the gas just because I like to be in tune with my vehicle. I feel like I can control it a little bit more when I can do that. But I don't know. That's just me. I don't know if any other drivers or anybody else, if you just always try to constantly use your cruise control, or do you like to stay on the gas? I don't know what it is about this truck either, but every time I drive this truck, you kind of smell the exhaust when you get out of the truck. For some reason, to me, it smells like burnt Taco Bell. Like that don't make sense to me on how how it would do that, but that's just what I smell when I smell it. It smells like just burnt Taco Bell. Hmm, nice gapping. My wife, my son, and I were driving to go and get dinner one day. We were cruising down one of our roads trying to get over to the highway, and as we were getting closer, there was all of a sudden we see this deer start getting ready to run across the road. So I started speeding up a little bit to see if I could get ahead of him, because you never want to just slam on your brakes. So I started speeding up, and that thing started booking it faster, and all of a sudden, boom! Motherfucker ran right into the side of my door. So I went and pulled over, and I started looking. Not a single damage at all on my truck. And then I went to go and see where it was. Deer was completely fine. It just ran into my door, stood up, and then ran back off into the woods. That, that was probably one of the craziest things. I've always heard of and seen videos of people hitting deer or having deer hit them, and I mean, it messes up your car. But surprisingly, I thought how hard that thing hit, like if you could feel it hit the door. So I for sure thought there was a dent or something, but I went and looked. Nope, didn't even do nothing to it. I was like, that is probably the craziest experience that I have seen with deer. So it was and the funniest part about that is my son was sleeping. He slept the whole time. Even when that deer hit my truck, went and stopped and checked, turned around and looked at him. Yep, he was still passed out. I was like, man, the joys it is to being a baby where you can just sleep stuff like that. Or this direction in Seymour, they got what I've heard, they got a pretty good Philly cheesesteak place. If there's anybody watching that lives over there, let me know. Is it as good as they're making it sound, or is it just kind of overrated? Oh, stay green, stay green, stay green. Oh, oof. Uh, God, anybody that has a DOT number, that's probably got to be the most overwhelming feeling when you're coming up to a scout house and they got a sign like that, because they're sitting there watching, and at any moment they can just flip that bitch over to red, and then you got to pull in. And then you're either just going to get weighed and then get out and be good, or you're going to have to pull around and do an inspection. So every time you get that green and then you go underneath that sign, you know you're in the clear. It's like you couldn't even, I mean, you won't even be doing nothing wrong, but you just, man, you just start getting that fucking feel, and it's like, oh fuck, oh fuck. Now there's a little bit of a different one when you're going up, when you're going down 71 over in Kentucky. When we're going up to, actually, when we're coming back from Ohio, they got the scale house on that side, and that one, usually they just got a sign on the road that says either open or closed. If it's open, you have no choice, you have to pull in, and if it's closed, you're good to bypass. But I've hit it a few times when it's open, and that one's a little bit different because they also have a rest haven over there, so you can just go and park and you'll be all right. Uh, but when it's open, they have these little lights that are hanging above there. And then, well, first when you enter, they got this or their cameras and stuff set up right there. And there's one that takes your picture, and it always, every time I go through it, it always throws me off because you'll just be cruising, you know, and it's right by the entrance. The highway speed there is about 70. So once you take the ramp, you're starting to slow down. Well, as you're slowing down, you pass these cameras, and all of a sudden you get this fucking flashbang right at your face as it takes your picture. Then you're slowing down, and then you have the arrows that you have to look at. So if they keep it left, you get the bypass lane. So those are the ones that you're watching for, because you either get your bypass, your middle to the scale. So usually if you get one of those, that's what you're looking for. And even if you take the bypass, they got a second sign where if they see something as you're driving past their scale house, if they see something that they don't like, they can flip that sign, and it tells you to take this little exit road, and you pull back around, and then they'll have you hit the scale. So that one's a little bit different than like this one over here, where they got the sign right at the highway, where they take your picture and kind of look at your load, and they got some scales in the road that they kind of read at or look at, gives them some information, and then they determine if they want to pull you in or not. So it's kind of a crazy little thing, but I don't know. It's one of those things. It's, you know, you're not doing anything wrong. Everything you have is, you know, correct paperwork. Your truck's all legal. You got everything on that you need. But just every time that you go buy one of them, you just get that feeling that's like, oh fuck, please don't turn, please don't turn. I don't know. That could just be me though. I don't know. Some of these veteran drivers, they probably go past that scale house, and even if they were to get pulled in, it's no big deal to them. But especially for me being like a rookie, man, it's an odd feeling. I have had a couple times where I've had that sign flip red, and I have had to pull in there and go across the scale, but they never had to pull me around back. They just given me the exit after taking the weight. So I was like, all right, well, works out then. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of an odd feeling. Let me know in the comments if you haul military equipment like that. Are you in the service, or are you actually just a common carrier? Because I've seen them a few times with that. We got a couple bases around here, and I've seen convoys of military vehicle, which have military personnel in them. Uh, Occasionally, I'll see loads like that have military vehicles on trailers. I don't know if those are military members that are driving the trucks, or if those are just common carriers that are taking them to whatever base that they're uh, scheduled to take them to. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know. Anybody play sports in high school? So I ended up playing baseball for 2 years, and then I ended up playing golf for 4 years. Baseball, I just did my freshman and sophomore year, and then I kind of took into the golfing a little bit more. I played that all 4 years, so from freshman to senior, and I actually hit varsity in my junior year. I was playing on the varsity team, so I lettered 3 years in golf. I mean, I didn't do too bad. I mostly was playing like bogey golf, but by my senior year, I wasn't doing horrible. I was actually being able to keep up enough. I was a few points away from actually being able to go into the going into state, but it was pretty good. I had some really good coaches. My teammates were awesome guys to play the sport with, and I think it was definitely a blast. But if y'all played any sports in high school, let me know what sports you played and if you lettered or even continued with that sport after high school and ended up getting like scholarships or anything due to it as well. Alright, now for the fun part. Trying to back up in here. All right, we'll get offloaded and then we'll get out of here. All right, we got her offloaded. Now we're gonna head and go pick up some OSB and then head back to the yard. I always forget this truck. It has an air ride seat, but it doesn't have air ride suspension. So anytime you hit some kind of bump, you feel it. I mean, you feel everything. The seat don't really absorb nothing. If anything, it acts like a fucking catapult. You hit the ground and then it throws you into the fucking ceiling. Holy mother! Yeah, get some fuel. Anybody been to a drive-in in a while? We got one over here that we just passed, and it's I've gone over there to see the new Saw X movie. It's pretty good. I haven't been to a drive-in in a while, and that was definitely pretty fun. And it was nice because they still have the like outside speakers and stuff, so you can tune your radio to it, and then you also can have your outside speakers, which I think is fantastic. Kind of keeps it classic, you know. Yeah, we're gonna get loaded up and then head back to the yard. All right, riders, that's going to do it for us today. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.